Okay, this is the intro. It, it goes on for ages, and yeah, I'll just talk about this for a minute. So it's got this intro, and it scrolls really slowly, and the guy doesn't speak until like the next thing comes up. So the first time I played it, I just clicked through it, and then the second time I came and played it, I basically because I played it, and it's obviously a game where you're traveling through space and shooting. And then I watched the intro second time, and it's basically about humans, elves, dwarves, and orcs. So all your classic fantasy races. And this legend about how they all used to be at war. And then they discovered this drink that they all drank and got drunk together, and that brought about peace. And then these dragons came and took away their drink and became alcoholics, and now the humans are trying to get the drink back from the dragons. And the suggestion is in this game that everybody is absolutely smashed just all of the time, and the pilots fly drunk. It's like, when you die, it's like you've drunk and you've spilled your drink, you've crashed and you've spilled your drink kind of thing. So it's very bizarre. Anyway, you asked about Darkest Dungeon. Yes, I have a friend who plays Darkest Dungeon, and he kind of put me off it a little bit because he I've been using Thane as my commander name, obviously. Let me change my Twitch settings. How do I change my? Where's my phone? That's bad. I need to change my Twitch settings for a moment. Yeah, it's he plays it, and it kind of put me off a little bit because he said that with Darkest Dungeon he played it, and then he played it in pre-release and he really enjoyed it, and then when it was released they kind of changed the difficulty. Sorry. Yeah, he played it and changed. He played it. They basically changed the difficulty, and he said that actually the post-release version just suddenly became massively hard and unplayable. So yeah, that's a thing. Okay, so I'm going to go for I think, to make this game simpler for you guys to understand, I'm actually quite liking this ship, but I'm going to go for the ballista because it's the one that makes the most sense, because it's basically got a laser. Okay, so we are basically, so it's kind of a bit FTL like, this game. It's basically you have a distance of 31 PCs, whatever they are. Does it give me an indication of what this does? No, I have no idea. Guesses please for what PC stands for, because I can't remember from the manual. Basically, once we get through these 33 PCs, we will get to the enemy mothership, which I have not successfully done yet. So a bit like FTL, we're kind of choosing a path through this map. We're choosing a path through this map, and we can stop at all of them if we really want to. And the idea is when we land on one, that's an encounter that we can have. So here it says there's an SOS signal, and these various clusters here indicate space stations that we can stop at. So I'm just going to jump 2 for the moment. PC is parsec, is it? Of course it is. I should know that, really. So each of these jumps represents a parsec. Unstable voltage is an argument I see from a lot of strategy players. Whenever something changes, instead of adapting, they just complain about the difficulty. Yeah, although Darkest Dungeon isn't. I thought Darkest Dungeon was a kind of bit of a real-time bullet helly type thing. I don't know. I'm not sure. But yeah, certainly that's something we've seen with the Long Journey Home, that people just don't like difficult stuff sometimes. So I'm just going to do. So what's going to happen is, because I'm jumping 2 parsecs, I've basically now got 2 encounters that I'm going to fight before I get to the place that I'm going to. Now, this is turn-based. What I might do is I might play it without explaining what's happening, and I want to see if you guys can understand the rules, because I have to say I played the tutorial and I still didn't understand what was going on. So I'm just going to move my webcam up a bit, because there's really important information underneath me. Okay. Darkest Dungeon. No, it's turn-based combat. It's hard, and the RNG can screw you over. But once you learn the game, it's doable. Yeah, like a lot of them. I mean, RNG management is kind of one of those things. Someone's replied to my question about this game. The developer has replied to my question about this game that we're playing. So that's good. So we'll have a look at that in a minute. Yeah, RNG management is kind of a thing because that's obviously the core of Chaos Reborn, which obviously Unstable Voltage you are a massive fan of, and I am a massive fan of. I also play a game called Tharsis, which I absolutely love, and yeah, that's all about managing dice probabilities. So a lot of the people that don't like it is like, this game is completely random, and you're sort of like, well, of course it is because it's based on dice rolls. Okay. Oh, that was stupid. Right, so we're moving. Which way to go? This way. There we go. That was the end of it. That was the end of an encounter. Okay, so we'll do this again. I mean, I don't have any prizes. I should be saying prizes for understanding the rules. Okay. There you go. That was my 2 encounters. So, is anybody the wiser about what just happened there? Or, more significantly, and this is the thing that's really interesting about this game, what determines how many moves I can actually make in any given encounter? Because that's the real mystery of this game. Right, I'm going to go to, unfortunately, those 2 encounters did not cause me to level up, which means I don't actually have that much money to spend on anything. So I'll just repair. And we'll jump again. Okay, so let's head to let's head across here, do 2 more jumps, and hopefully this time we'll level up. Because when we level up, we get like a massive cash injection, and it allows us to buy much more upgrades. Right. What am I doing? Go to here, go to there. Ow, stupid. Fluffy Bunny Esquire. I think I have the rules somewhere. It appears to be the same algorithm used in Mornings and Crescent. That is absolutely true with this game. So there you go. I've leveled up. My pilot rank has gone up, and I have been given a bonus 999 scrap, which frankly is the buff you need to actually be able to buy stuff from the store. So the first thing we're going to do is upgrade the batteries, and I'll explain why in a minute. And the second thing we're going to do is upgrade, or let's do some repairs. Okay, we can't really afford anything else. I'm not going to upgrade the laser for reasons which I will come on to. And that's basically, we can't upgrade the hull. No, can't upgrade the hull. We can't upgrade the engines. Right, let's go for another jump. Let's go to... Right, there's an SOS signal. That might be interesting. Yeah, Commander Witherspoon is playing King's Cross. That's a good move. Okay, so this time I will explain the rules. So, within each encounter, you get 3 turns. Okay? Are you with me so far? Okay, you guys are just playing Mornington Crescent in the chat now. That's a good choice. Yeah, basically, within each counter, you get 3 turns. Within each turn, you can take as many actions as you want, but each action costs, down here, under my webcam, energy. And when your energy hits 0, your turn ends. Okay, so you take 3 turns, and then your turn ends each time you hit 0. So the reason I upgraded the battery on the ship is that the battery is what determines how much energy you have. So for all those previous encounters, I've only had a battery of 2, which means I've only been able to theoretically take 2 actions within each turn. Now I've upgraded it to 3. This could go on all night. I need to put. I don't know how I can play because I'm like on a delay with you guys, so it's going to be really awkward. I have to do it in the chat. So basically, now I've got my battery upgraded to 3. I can now take 3 actions within each turn. But what's really interesting is when you destroy a ship, they release. Let me just go to here and shoot this one. They release these blue orbs. When you collect a blue orb, it recovers your energy. So as long as you're collecting blue orbs, there's no reason why your turn ever has to end. So that's the first rule to kind of get your head around. The other thing is, even though I am currently on 1 energy, if I collect that blue one, flying to it will cause my energy to go to 0 before I pick up. So regardless of what I do, my turn is going to end. So I'm just going to pick up some scrap. Scrap is obviously points in this game. Now hopefully I can now fly from here to here through this blue one and pick it up. So theoretically when I do this move, I have succeeded. My energy now hasn't gone down. And I'm going to use my weapon. And I think I've just destroyed a ship and picked up scrap at the same time. So then I'm going to fire again. Hit that dude. Fly up here. Oh, I missed the scrap. Never mind. And also because it's basically a scrolling bullet hell shooter, I have to bear in mind where these lasers are going to be travelling, because at the end of the turn these lasers are going to move. So let's just let all that happen. I'm then going to move to here. I'm going to destroy this guy. We're going backwards. There's 2 ships here, so hopefully I can destroy them both. There we go. There's also, that's one of the other slightly weird concepts in this game, is that, ouch, I've just hit a rock. Oh, thank you. When certain ships, when you fire the laser, it actually knocks you backwards, so you have to allow for knockback, but actually that knockback seems to allow you to destroy enemy ships. So it's not explained anywhere, but that seems to be how it works. Okay, you look at your radar for the SOS signal and find a strangely conserved ship with no pilot inside. Get close to the ship and take a look. Oh! Okay, so like FTL, I have just investigated a mysterious ship and it has damaged my hull. So No Pelosa said, oh, you've got to the alien site and you didn't take an SRV. Commander Wotherspoon, just fly around, it's beautiful. Yeah, I saw a picture earlier that someone had managed to get a Type 6 and fly it inside the alien site. That's pretty hardcore. Okay, let's see what the let me see what the developer said about it, because I posted a question about this game on Steam that I didn't understand the collision rules. I said sometimes I crash into stuff, sometimes I don't crash into stuff, and I don't understand why. So each ship the player can choose has its own collision area. This area can be seen in 2 ways. The sprite of the ship with pixels flashing in red, and the line that starts from the ship to the mouse cursor. Most enemy ships do not do any damage. If you're taking damage, it's probably because there's also an enemy shot on that tile. Some enemy ships deal damage by collision. You can see in their sprite or the Steam guide I made. I'm working on an update to improve the scanner interface and tell the player better about what exists in the tile using the cursor. Currently, only the hull energy of the enemies and the amount of damage they do is shown. The lightning environment has a simple mechanic. Every time the turn ends, there is a 50% chance everywhere in the board takes electrical damage. The rays that appear in the background are only illustrative. Okay, cool. If you have more questions about the game, try to take a look at the manual that exists within the game. The developer suggesting I read the manual. I think I've been told there. Yeah, no pillows. The Python might not fit. I don't think it would fit. Okay, so now we have a choice here. We need to go through. This is a system that has wind. So at the end of every turn, you get blown in a random, or not a random direction. You get blown in a direction. This one here is a nebula. That means it's dark. You can't see everything. This one here is storm. That means there's a 50% chance you'll get hit by electricity and lose some energy. I've also got quite a lot of scrap. So I think I'm just going to jump to. What I really want to do is just jump to an upgrade shop as quickly as possible. Let's go this way. I think that's a good option. All right. Let me. Seeing as I've got to move and shoot anyway, I might as well go here. Oh, it's out of range. Okay, fine. I'll just do this one. Right. And then I'm going to go here. Shoot again. And I'm going to move to there, and I'm going to end my turn so those lasers get out of the way. Okay. This guy here, now he's got, you can't quite see, but he's got an energy. So when I move, he gets to move. Like that. That's fine. So you can see I'm just choosing a path around the board that allows me to be as efficient as possible with my energy, and this is the last turn, so this is going to be the end. And then you can actually, what's quite nice is you can sneakily get a few moves in before the round ends, which feels like an exploit, but I'm sure it's deliberate. Now what's nice is when the game starts, you're in a place where you can just shoot without having to move. And that's why, look at that, that was a nice chain explosion. And it's one of the reasons why later in the game, if I can pick up a improved scanner, I am definitely going to. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. So as you can see, I'm just chaining all these blue pickups together, and my turn just seems to be never ending. Okay, and I've actually, this is actually quite a rare occurrence, I've actually cleared the board, apart from this mine, which I'm not going to worry about too much. Oh, I've still got another turn. So the developer was saying that the flashing red pixels indicate my collision area. Right. Okay. What am I going to do? Let's just go here. Fire twice. Once to strip the shields, and then another time to pick up. See, that was stupid. I just flew through an enemy laser bolt. Oh, and I just... Yeah, this is me not understanding the collision, because I actually managed to hit that laser. Right. One more... So there you go, you died in the middle of the jump, leading to the destruction of the last bottle of beer by Budrin, the master brewer. So this game, even though it's like a space shooter, it is like bizarrely obsessed with beer. Retmok, what the hell is happening here? I go away for 10 minutes and this happens. What is it, Retmok? Is this you just coming into this game? Oh no, you missed the explanation. I'm going to do one more run and then we're going to do something else because this game is insane. So let's do this ship again. I'm going to be a bit more cautious this time. I'm just going to do 3 jumps because that way hopefully I will level up and get the bonus upgrade money straight away. I can't be doing with all of this only having 2 actions business. There we go. Right, let's go here. Boom. I have to say, it does seem to me that sitting on top of an enemy while you shoot it does just seem to be the most efficient way of picking stuff up. Oh, I lost some hull there. That was silly. Never mind. Let's just end this. End the madness. Okay, we've leveled up, which means I get my bonus scrap, which means it says drinks on me. So, first things first is upgrade the battery. The battery is the single most important thing in this game because that is what enables you to take turns. Now we can have a choice here between upgrading the hull or repairing the hull. I am going to upgrade the hull. Oh, which has fully repaired it, which is awesome. So, the reason I'm not going to upgrade the laser yet, even though I could have afforded to, is because upgrading the laser now means that it takes 2 energy points to fire instead of 1. So unless you have a vastly improved battery, actually upgrading the laser is counterproductive. Okay, let's jump. There's an SOS signal. Let's go. So Retmok, you presumably you missed the explanation of how this game works then, because that is suboptimal. Basically, the short version is as long as I keep picking up blue gems, my turn doesn't have to end. That's the short version. What did I hit? Oh. I hit something that did EMP damage. Okay. You're happy to watch in ignorance. Okay, awesome. I'd have to say, I do love this kind of, even though it's not a first-person game, I love the fact that it's got this kind of wing commander screen for all the things. As soon as your systems regain life, it notifies you of a message. Hey, I have many missiles and a little scrap. Want to exchange 2 missiles for 50 scrap? Yes. Because you never know when you're going to upgrade to a missile launcher. Right. Commander Wotherspoon, you understood the short version. That's good. Let's jump to... So we've got meteors followed by an upgrade shop. Well, let's go to that upgrade. See, the more jumps that we do, the more money we'll have to spend when we get to the shop. I do like the mines. They set off good chain reactions. There we go. I really don't want to hit these rocks. I'm going to do a careful move, I think. There we go. No pillows. Suddenly it all makes sense. Does it? Does it genuinely, or is that sarcasm? It's hard to tell with the headphones on. These big ships take a bit of killing. So I think if I fly to there, I'm going to hit it. No. Okay. Interesting. So even having message developer saying I don't understand the collision rules, he suddenly still hasn't explained to me what the collision rules are with regards to the asteroids. That's a shame. Right, so this ship has shields, so I'm going to have to hit it twice to destroy it, which is a pity. Oh, look at this. See, this is what's nice about this being turn-based. You've got all these lasers flying around. This is all the bullet hell stuff. But I can actually just fly deftly between them, which is very cool. Now, they moved because they get a bonus move, not actually because it was the end of my turn, which is slightly confusing. And Unstable Voltage, if you're interested in Darkest Dungeon, a Polish friend of mine plays on his YouTube channel. He's really good if you can get through his accent. Well, it's like the old saying, isn't it? I'm prepared to bet that his English is better than my Polish. Okay, let's just get out of the way. Right. Can I get away with killing this guy? Yes, I can. This is looking like a world of pain, so I think I'm just going to keep out of the way of it. No pillows. Oh, I have it and love the style, but yeah, it's hard. Wonder how the new expansion is. Oh, there's an expansion for Darkest Dungeon, is there? I'll ask my friend about it, but I suspect he may not be making a return to it from what he said. I think it's just gone beyond his ability. Okay. This is looking pretty dangerous. I don't really like being surrounded by all these lasers. I'm wondering if my best bet is just to... Where's a good place to sit? Probably here is a good place to sit. I think these big ones move too. It says on it move too. His English is fine except when he says focus. He sounds like Kraus from Hellboy 2. Good. Right. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to collect much stuff. I just want to get out of this level alive, I think is the key thing. Oh, it's dead close. Okay, we've leveled up again, so we've gained a discount on equipment, which is good because we've turned up with money. So the next level of battery is unfortunately more than we can afford, which is a real shame. So we can't buy anything. Damn it. Let's jump again and just try and pick up some more scrap. So we could just go for one and hope we pick up like 200. Garzini! Hello, welcome to the stream. That's a wind one. That's an upgrade and a weapon shop. Let's go for this because that's 2 encounters. And wind isn't the worst of the things. You just have to bear in mind. Now, can you see this kind of pattern in the background? That indicates which direction we're going to get blown in at the end of the turn. So it's just you just need to bear that in mind a little bit. I'm going to go. What's a good first move? So there's an upgrade for this, which I absolutely love, which allows you to pick where on the map you spawn. It is basically an essential upgrade. Now, watch out for this one. This one's confusing. This looks like an upgrade, but it's actually a mine. Made that mistake a few times. Okay. Ouch, just got hit and blown. That could have been bad, but I got away with it. Right. Okay. So quite often in this game, the first turn you take, you end up kind of blowing, but actually after, it's kind of the middle turn that's the most valuable. So I usually think it's worth kind of setting the game up a bit. Like, for example, if I move up to this one, I can shoot and pick up at the same time. Shoot again. Move and pick up. Shoot again. And again. There we go. So that turn's going to end, but it means I get this nice massive amount of scrap here. No pillows. This upgrade shall be mine! Sorry, I'll show myself out. Yeah. Could not quite get to that. But again, I can use the post-turn exploit. It feels like an exploit. I think it's one of these things. I think there's maybe Unstable Voltage, you would have a comment on this. I think sometimes it's nice to leave something in a game design which like feels like an exploit, like the player thinks, oh, this is a really cool thing that I can do that maybe I shouldn't be able to do, but actually it's kind of part of the design. It's like in the board game Tiny Epic Galaxies, which is like my favourite board game. There's this thing where there's this follow mechanic where when somebody else plays a die, you can spend a culture point in order to take the action on their die. Now, one of the actions on their die is to gain culture points. So if you have your ships in 2 places that harvest culture, basically any time anyone else plays the culture die, you can spend 1 to gain 2 or more. So it's this kind of culture farming thing you can do. And it feels like a game-breaking exploit, but actually it's part of the strategy and is really good fun. So I've now upgraded my batteries to max, although there is another upgrade that gives you another bonus 1. So I've now got 4 actions, which means now is actually a good time, although I don't have enough money. So on the next shop, I will upgrade the laser. So that's going to... It's one of these things, because of the balance of the game, because the laser then takes 2 actions to fire, but I've now got 4 actions, it sort of balances itself out. But it's worth it, because it means you don't have to do that stupid double firing thing to take down shields and some of those bigger ships. So we are 24 parsecs away from something which I have not yet seen in this game. Let's do 2 jumps, and I will upgrade the laser. What? Yes, I've just seen a thing that says bad gateway across the video. That's because, for some reason, the chat window has broken. Let me just see if I can get rid of that. Oh no, the chat window is up there. What is it then? Is it that one? No, what's that? Bad gateway. That's really interesting. Why? What's doing that, do you think? Oh, it's that. Okay. It's the thing which, obviously the web page which tells me when somebody has either followed the channel or hosted it. Must have broken. That's what that is, basically. See if I can get it to... No, I can't get it to come back. Okay, fine. How's the chat window doing? Because that also looks a little bit broken. Not sure if the chat window's broken. Anyway, apologies for that. I'll turn it off. It's gone. So, yeah, what are we doing? Fire. It's a satisfying first move. So basically the trick is to not let your energy get down to 1, because if it gets down to 1, then as soon as you move, that's then game over. Which is a thing I always forget as soon as I get into the extra powerful laser. Whee! This turn just goes on forever. Let's go to there. I'm gonna shoot, move and shoot, and move and shoot and shoot, and move and collect and move. It's really funny because it's so simple, but it's actually kind of an awesome mechanic that you can just sort of keep going. The end. Oh, this is the last turn. Cool. So I've just run out of dudes. Well, I haven't. There's a guy down here, but I've basically run out of dudes to shoot. So that was a pretty good round. Right. Rep mock. So last action means you only have 1 energy. Yes, basically it means I have 1 energy, and it is at the end of my 3rd turn. So there is basically nothing I can do now to extend it, because that move, even if that move is to collect a blue piece of energy, I will still have hit 0 in moving. Therefore, it's basically game over. So, yes, that is not energy to be collected. That is a mine. So I'm going to be well out of the way of that. And you do sort of collect things on your way through tiles as well, which makes it that bit more manageable. Not sure which direction that's going in. I think I might have just made a bad move. Let me move to there. Oh, just. Okay, so this is the last turn. I'm not sure I can get to these guys and destroy them in a single turn. I wonder if I might just be better off picking a safe place and just waiting it out. There we go. We've leveled up and gained another bonus payment, which is good. Drinks on me. Right. So we have 2,000 credits to spend on stuff. So increasing the engine will increase our movement range. Obviously the armour will increase our hull endurance. So I'm going to upgrade the engines because it's nice to be able to jump further. I'm going to upgrade the weapons twice. That's basically it. So now, this is interesting, having upgraded the weapon all the way to full. So level 2 of the weapon, it does 2 damage for 2 action points. Level 3 of the weapon does 3 damage for 2 action points, but it costs you 4 scrap. Now 4 scrap isn't a lot, but I didn't realise that when I played this previously, I put all my money in the bank, so I had no scrap. So I then launched into encounters and I couldn't fire my primary weapon. So you have to make sure you take some scrap with you. Okay, apologies. The chat window has definitely broken. Basically what that means is that Streamlabs is down, so I'm just going to take off my web things. That's fine, won't see any more errors. Does mean, unfortunately, the chat isn't displaying on screen. I do apologise about that. So yeah, let's jump. Broken, yeah, broken. Sad. Let's go to... Okay, we have an SOS signal. Disappointed! Okay. Boom! Okay, to there, to there. So as you can see, so we've now got... This light square is now my movement that costs me 1. And this slightly darker light square is where I can move to with 2 actions. So I've got some pretty substantial movement I can do. I'm going to move to here, destroy that mine. Oh no, I've ended my turn, that was silly. So one of the things I've worked out in this game is that there is actually no point picking up the blue things at the end of your turn. But yeah, the upgraded laser is basically awesome. Oh, I missed that on the way past. That's a shame. Censorship, yeah, I'm censoring you all. Last action. Not much I can do, except just get clear of the carnage. Wow. Meteors as well, right. So let's destroy everything. So that's upgraded me. Let's just move back down to here. Fire. That's that one. That one. So yeah, this backwards movement to destroy enemy ships can be kind of confusing. So this is my last turn, so let's just move to there. Boom. Boom. And then just clean up. Although I've now cleaned up and I still have a full 4 energy, so let's destroy this mine. There we go. Cool. So again, I've got an option to buy cheap missiles from someone dodgy in the middle of an asteroid belt. Always good. Why wouldn't you just pick up cheap missiles from someone hanging out in an asteroid belt? That seems totally legitimate. So I have another SOS in a nebula, and I have an unidentified signal in the meteors. Well, in honour of Elite Dangerous, we are all about the unidentified signals. No pillows. It looks like you could play this on tablets or slot machines. I have to say, I would love like a stand-up MAME arcade cabinet. That'd be cool. Yes, the cockpit view tickles my Wing Commander nerve. Yeah, it is definitely that kind of... Ouch! What was that? That one. Now actually, if I do this backwards move, I'm going to hit that laser beam, so I am not going to. There we go. And that, gentlemen, is his turn, I think. Oh, and I've still got another turn. But I've killed everybody! Just for fun, I might try and see if we can destroy that rock. Oh, I don't have enough energy to fire the... Sometimes I forget that the laser requires 2 energy to fire. A message has been transmitted in this sector using an unofficial channel. One-time offer. We promise to fix your ship for a low price with second-hand materials. Again, sounds legit. Fix hull with second-hand stuff, 34 scrap. Only the scrap on the ship can be used. Well, that's good because to get your hull fixed at a shop costs 100 scrap. So this is a bargain. And there doesn't seem to be any disadvantage to doing it. Okay. Right, let's jump. Right, where should we go? I'm not seeing... There's an unidentified signal in a storm. Should we go check that out? Or, hang on, we've got loads of money. Let's go to an upgrade shop and see what we can spend. Boom! Okay, again, that is a mine, not energy. It's really harsh that the game does that. And I think I have basically cleared this sector. I don't think there's anything... I think I just had a really efficient first turn and managed to completely clear it, which is awesome. Okay, we are at max rank for the pilot. Woo, woo, woo. Alrighty, let's see how much money we have. Let's transfer it all to the bank. We have 1,731 scrap, which basically means full upgrades. So that's the only upgrade. So the ship is now basically fully upgraded. What I might just do is buy some mines, just in case when we do get to a weapon shop. Oh, see, the distance has just gone up, so the enemy ship is getting further away from us. That's interesting. Maybe because we're taking too long. So let's cover some ground. Our jump range is now 7 parsecs. So we can get all the way to this unidentified signal. This is going to be a long jump. Hold on to your butts. Okay, there's some sort of beam here. What does the beam do? I think when I've tried to cross it previously, it's done me horrible damage. Oh, I haven't brought... Good job I'm in a minefield, in a wreckage field. I forgot to bring scrap with me, so I can't fire my weapon. Okay, we now have scrap on board, so I can shoot. Right, what's going to move? That's going to move. Let's just go here, here. Destroy those. This one here presumably is flying at an angle. I've got 4 energy. Which route should we take? Let's go to that one. I'm activating these mines by sitting next to them. I wonder if that's going to destroy that ship for me. I'm getting loads of scrap anyway, which is cool. No, I think Stan's previously owned weapons. Space Lenin saying stolen. Okay, let's just destroy these mines then. Oh, is Stan's previously owned weapons a thing? I didn't recognise it. What's that? Right, I think the safest place to be is going to be here. Oh, from Monkey Island, right. Yeah, I mean, Monkey Island's one of these games I can definitely say that I loved. I played it on the Amiga, but I definitely didn't fully understand it. Oh, nuts, I've run out of energy. Right, Stan's previously owned vessels, of course. Yeah, there were lots of games on the Amiga that I think because there wasn't an internet, and because you had to sort of rely on... Oh yeah, I remember Stan's previously used coffins, actually, to be fair. I think because there wasn't an internet, and because if you needed help with a game, you essentially had to write into a magazine and hope that they replied to you. There were lots of games on the Amiga that I played, and if you didn't get them for one reason or another, then that was it. You just kind of didn't get them. I mean, there was no sort of in between. Yeah, or a payphone number. I remember when the games companies used to have hint lines in the back of instructions and stuff. Ouch. Okay, so now we basically don't want to fly into these areas with the purple skulls because they do toxic damage, which continually damages your ship. Oh, and this is a wind level. I need to keep an eye out for that. So what is this beam, other than inconvenient? Ow, something hit me. By the way, I just found out where the "you need a safe word" quote first originated. I didn't even realise that was being said. Oh, is that from the Lave Radio intro music? Yeah, I mean, it was one of those things, I made some reference to it at some point, and I don't even remember what episode it was from. There was a payphone in the jungle in MI2. Mission Impossible 2? Is that what you mean by that? Or something else? Oh, Master of... No, not Master of Orion, that'd be MO2. Personally, I loved how TTG did Stan in 3D. They must have really torn their hair out figuring out how to do suit texture. Oh, right, I've not actually played that one. So yeah, as I was saying, like I say, there were loads of games on the Amiga that if you didn't get them at the time, then that was basically it. You know, you kind of didn't really have an option. So that's one of the reasons why I've been quite keen to do like a series of, you know, like Amiga streams, like, you know, retro streams. Not because of like just some sort of... That was stupid. Not because of just some sort of retro kick. Oh, Monkey Island 2, sorry, yes. MI2, of course. Yeah, not just because of some sort of retro kick, although retro kick is obviously, you know, fun. But actually because there are lots of Amiga games that I think were great, and I genuinely didn't experience them properly first time around, and I'd kind of like to go back and, you know, give some of those games a chance. I mean, a good example I've talked about on here is Hired Guns. Hired Guns is one of those games that I definitely did not fully understand how to play back in the Amiga era. That was silly. I was trying to work out if I'd get hit by that. Yes, it was from a very weird short section in episode 7 where it was like a behind-the-scenes look at the Sidewinder crew. Oh yeah, we used to do outtakes, didn't we, at the end of the episodes? Okay, I think that's basically the end. Yeah, that's the end of that one. Another encounter. Wow, this looks tough. Let's go there. And then fire. And then there, I think. Ouch, ouch, ouch. I took loads of EMP damage. How did that happen? So EMP damage reduces your energy. So it is definitely not desired. Can I move to there safely? Yes. Sugar. Where am I going? Let's go there and end the turn. I definitely think the difficulty of these levels has suddenly escalated. Right, this is a nebula, so we can't see much of what's going on. Makes it very difficult. But I'm going to take out that mine, because mines obviously take out everything around it. I'm going to move to here. Oh, he's firing. I'm not going to risk shooting because I don't want to go into this cloud. Ow! Oh, I see. They're missiles that you can hit and that explode, not ships that you can fly over. Right. Gotta keep taking EMP damage. Stop with the EMP damage! Right, I'm just going to get out of the way and just survive this, because I need some really serious repairs. Retmark, it is really interesting going back and listening to the old episodes since you talk about the DDF topics. Okay, there's nothing on the SOS signal. That is a shame. So what we really want is a shop sooner rather than later. We are only 15 parsecs away from the enemy. So let's go to the upgrade shop and hope we can get there and repair. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, lots of people tell me that they go back and listen to those old Lave radios. I mean, I find it a bit bizarre because, you know, we're talking about a game that we don't necessarily know anything about because it's not out yet. I'm just going to move to there. Okay. So these enemy ships have just been hit by EMP, so I wonder if I can capitalise on that in some way. I just want to be out of the way, really, I think, more than anything. Okay, so he's firing toxic damage, so I want to be well out of the way of that. Let's head up this way. Dr. Toxic! Good evening, welcome to the stream. Okay, that... Right, I see what happened. So I used my kind of reverse melee attack to destroy a missile, which obviously you can't do. Not only that, the missile contained a toxic cloud, which then took my hull down to -1. That's just depressing. So that's the end of that run. But I think that was one of my better runs. Yes, you died in the middle of the jump, destroying as well the last bottle of vodka made by Vodka Master, the Dark One. Whoops. Retmock, I think it was John who got it spot on with multi-crew. Said it would be okay for combat, but basically unless you can walk around in ships, it would probably be a bit boring for the crew. Yeah, I mean, that's one of those kind of obvious design issues that just needs sidestepping. And maybe Elite Dangerous doesn't necessarily do it brilliantly. Yes, I did just die. Space Lenin, Darn, I missed you at LaveCon, didn't I, Toxic? Dr. Toxic, probably I was there. Yeah, Toxic, you were in the LAN room for a lot of it, weren't you? I think that was where I saw you. What do you reckon, again, guys? What do you reckon? Do you want to do more shmup, or should we move on to something else? I'd say it's kind of up to you guys. I'm gonna because I'm on a bit of a delay. I'm gonna start a run until you tell me, basically. So I'll start doing this, and then if you wanna, we'll move on to Renowned Explorers. If you don't want to see any more of this. Yes, you were in the LAN room fanboying over the hardware. Was there lots of cool stuff in there? I confess I didn't see it. I'm gonna go this way. Alright, I'm very pleased that actually as a result of LaveCon I have come home with less escape velocity mugs. This is a really good thing, because they were in a huge box in the corner of the studio. Now I only need a box half the size to keep them in. I think I've got like 10 left or something. Okay. Laptops that make my PC look like a weedy old tank. Okay, no pillows. I kind of like to see Renowned Explorers. Well, that is good enough for me. Let me finish this jump and get out of here. Mug! Yeah, mug! Oh, you're holding your escape velocity mug. Good. That's what I like to hear. Okay. There we go. That's stupid. Oh, that's stupid. That's stupid. Oh my goodness, let me just collect what I can before the level ends. Star mazes in the news too. Toxic, it'd be rude of me not to, as much as I do have a Fuel Rats mug here too. Awesome. I'm on 0 hull. How did that happen? Have I been really careless? I think I must have done. Right. And that has brought me into the shipyard, and I have got my upgrade. And I'm going to go into here. I'm going to transfer that to there. I'm going to buy that. I'm going to upgrade twice. So actually, after those first set of jumps, I can now do 4 things. Anyway, we will say goodnight to next jump Shmup Tactics. As I say, that game is currently in the Steam sale, although as we previously said, it is a game which is it is only £4 at full price anyway, and I think in the Steam sale it's down to like £3.20. So it doesn't make a huge amount of difference. Okay, let me bring up my thing.